Hello and welcome to the MAC weather page for this Monday, March 14th, and we'll try to redo the audio quite bad on the last recording. And you can see temperatures out there this morning in the 40s across much of the area. It's dropped down into the upper 30s across the Breckenridge area, but overall pretty mild day, and we expect another couple of days of mild temperatures, as we'll see temperatures well into the 50s today, maybe around the low 60s as you get over the southern part of the state. And then I think tomorrow we're going to climb well into the 60s over the southern part of the state, maybe even push 70 degrees across far southern lower Michigan if we can get some sunshine. Also, we'll have a chance of some springtime thunderstorms as we get later in the day tomorrow into tomorrow night before that cooler air arrives for later Wednesday into Thursday. And that'll take us back to near normal temperatures as we get towards the end of the week and into the weekend. And we're also going to watch something for early next week, and we'll talk about that in a minute. If we look at the Great Lakes, you can see, again, pretty mild temperatures across the region with temperatures mainly in the 30s and 40s. If we take a look at the screenshot, this is a webcam view from Frankfort, Michigan this morning, this being courtesy of TV 9 and 10, Northern Michigan's news leader. And if we look at the next slide, you can see the normals for today are 42 for a high, and a normal low is 24. And you can notice back in 2012, we hit a record high of 78.3, and we had 7 record highs for that month, including a couple of temperatures of days in the mid to upper 80s. So just an incredible year 2012 was for March. In fact, for that month, we averaged just over 19 degrees per day above normal. So very incredible indeed. If we look at the radar this morning, you can see the activity that's continues to move off to the north and northeast. That it came right out of the Ohio Valley, give quite a bit of rain, especially across the center area of the state. Seems to be where most of the rainfall, with the sweet spot being right in Lansing, where they pick up about 1.2 inches of rain yesterday. You can see, speaking of rain, we talked about it last week that the area in the Arklatex were going to be severely hit with floods, as we've seen just a tremendous amount of moisture. It looked like it was going to hit that area, and indeed that did happen. You can see across eastern Texas, much of northern Louisiana and southern Arkansas, some places picked up between a foot to as much as 20 plus inches in this area of white. So many rivers seeing all-time record crests down there, and they'll continue to be wet here. Eventually they'll dry out later this week a little bit, but certainly a wet pattern they're in, and a lot of damage done down there as well. You can see on this morning's weather map, a low pressure system that brought us the showers and continues to bring us some scattered light rain this morning will move to the north and northeast out of the area, and we'll have more low pressure beginning to develop and move across the nation. There'll be a pretty good storm that'll run up into Minnesota, and again, that's what's going to push the warmer air in our direction for tomorrow, and also bring us a chance of thunderstorms as we get later in the day, but especially into the evening and nighttime hours. By tomorrow morning, that low pressure system will be across Iowa. It'll again be heading to the northeast, well to our west, and that's going to drag this warm front and warm air and overrunning moisture north of that front, bringing us precipitation chances again as we get later into the day tomorrow into Wednesday. And you can see by Wednesday morning, the low pressure up around north central Wisconsin, bringing quite a bit of heavy rain to this area here, maybe a little mixed precipitation off to the northwest of the storm track. But again, for us, it'll continue to be mild as we get into Wednesday. Eventually, though, that cooler air begins to filter in by late in the day on Wednesday, and we'll see temperatures back to near normal and then even below normal as we get into the weekend. As far as temperatures today, you can see highs mainly in the 50s across much of the area, 40s off to the north, and then possibly low 60s across southeast lower Michigan. And then by tomorrow, much warmer air tries to push this way from the south. And again, that's what will be responsible for a little bit more in the way of instability, thus some thunderstorms by late in the day. You can see temperatures climbing into the low 60s across much of the area. If we look at the precipitation expected over the next 3 days, you can see this coming from that second storm that's going to be pushing off to our northwest for the day tomorrow into Wednesday, bringing them significant rain. Not a whole lot here across the Great Lakes now. And again, some of that could be in the form of thunderstorms. You can see over the next 7 days, though, a return to moisture across the Gulf states. Fortunately, this heavier rain looks like it'll be displaced a little bit farther to southeast of the area that picked up a lot of the severe flooding, so that'll be good news for them. Again, pretty significant rains up and down the Appalachians and the East Coast, along with this rain in the upper Midwest. If we look at the 6 to 10 day outlook, you can see temperatures near to below normal, not significantly as of right now. However, we're going to watch the potential for this trough to be much deeper, much colder. The Europeans have been trending colder and deeper, and we'll see how that pans out. As far as precipitation during that period, above normal over the eastern third of the nation, drier conditions across the plain states back into the west coast where they had severe drought conditions going on there. And speaking of which, the latest drought monitor from last Thursday that came out, you'll notice all the very extreme and severe droughts across California. We should see an improvement with this new one coming out on Thursday. And of course, any slight bit of dryness here will be replaced by excessive moisture across Louisiana. And again, the Great Lakes were not too bad a shape. And this is the one, looking at the next 3 to 7 days as far as any hazards. You don't see anything for Michigan, but we'll show you the next slide here in a minute. You can see some excessive rain across southern Louisiana, across portions of eastern Minnesota. Heavy snow possibilities across the mountains of Rocky Mountains out west, and again, our severe drought area across California, parts of Nevada, and southern Oregon. As far as the GFS snowfall, this is a system for next Tuesday we got to keep an eye on. You can see it's trying to put down some moderate to heavy snow across southern lower Michigan. Now, taking this as a GFS, I'd normally say, don't read much into it. However, the overnight run of the European model has almost the same type of snows in the same areas. So some we're going to certainly keep an eye on as that cold air filters in over the weekend. We might see a secondary storm develop and move across the Ohio Valley. And again, that could bring some significant snow. Just something to watch here. It's still 8 days out. Thanks for stopping by and have a great day, a great work week, and 73s to all.